Hello everyone and welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Day 1 Open Bracket Play. I want to say live from Taipei, but we're not that live from Taipei, we are live from Southern California. But we are having a lot of fun with the matches. We are jumping in to the middle of our next series that's already underway. It is going to be a Way Spider team kill between Czech and Daisy. Czech, also one of these guys, Nate, I haven't seen in a while, so we're just going to go ahead and hop into the series, where Czech is currently leading 1-0 over his teammate Daisy.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Vonnie
I have a very serious introduction and then you just throw me off like, nice, like that.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, kind of hurts, Nate.
Our first player in the north position of Vonnie Research Station, the Red Zerg from Team Way Spider. He is Czech. Is that professional enough?
That was pretty professional.
All right.
You could shout a little more though.
All right. In the bottom position.
No, don't. It's too late for that, Nate.
The blue Protoss player, also from Team Way Spider, he is Daisy.
Woohoo!
So you can just switch it on, Kev.
You still got it, Nate. Can be late, can be early, but you still got it. Obviously, we have absolutely no idea what happened in game number 1 because we were caught up in the
We were
Hero.
commentating a different match.
Yep, we were caught up in Hero vs. Soki. After this, we will probably have one more best of 3 for you guys. Daisy is opening up with a 13.
Yes.
I'm giggling because I just read an awesome comment on Team Liquid. Shout out to everyone in the live report thread that is watching 2 streams at the same time, or maybe just listening to us. Someone was convinced that Daisy was one of the best 10 Protoss players of all time.
Wow, Kevin, why are you giggling at that? I don't understand, Kevin.
Because in the start of the comment, I actually thought he was serious. I was like, man, this guy has a really interesting look on things. He's like, he can play aggressive, he can play a macro game. I was like, man, and then suddenly I realized, like, wait a minute. Obviously, Daisy is a pretty damn good Protoss, like all jokes aside. But he's definitely a dirty Protoss, Nate. And he is going to fight a hedge first of his teammate Czech. I've played Czech once, and that was a very unpleasant experience. Because he somehow killed my immortal Void Ray army with roaches.
See, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
I know. Those are things that are not supposed to make any sense. There's a lot of noise in the other room that doesn't make any sense to me either.
Wow.
Anyways.
Are we surprised by this?
No, Nate, no! Otherwise I would be shouting. It would be like, the Illuminati, it's 3 pylons!
It's a triangle if you... Actually, it's not like a regular triangle, though. It's more like... What kind of triangle is that? Isosceles?
I have no idea, mate. This is more like the this is like the triangle and like X finds the spot.
There's only one 90-degree angle. I'm pretty sure that's isosceles.
Oh, okay, yeah. It
You see what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
There's 2 less than...
It probably has a different name in Dutch, but doesn't matter. So, Daisy now
Jesus!
stepped up his game.
Do you have no shame, good sir?
He's scared into face.
Galsy hype.
This guy is a true inspiration for all the dirty Protoss players around.
You were just calling me unprofessional. You can't even continue yourself with this cannon rush.
So this Jack is probably like shaking his head.
Jack's like, man, I didn't realize this guy was practicing on the North American ladder. Damn.
Am I actually teammates with this dude? Oh, you're for real right now.
Yeah, you imagine like the flight home after this tournament? It's like, so, remember that game where you cannon rushed all my bases?
It's like, yo, bro, you forgot your bag. Shut up. Like, don't talk to me. And that's an awkward flight home, that's for sure. It's like, excuse me, stewardess, can I please get another seat? Why? The person next to me is very dirty. Well, what do you mean, dear sir? He smells like cheese. Well, okay. Daisy's just sitting there with a huge grin on his face. He's like, yeah, buddy. All right. So the end of the day, Czech is up 8 workers, but he's on 1 base, and he's not mining any gas. I truly hope there's someone out there on the interwebs to, you know, experience this awesomeness with.
Whoa, he's taking his gold.
Yeah, I know, and he's gonna be able to set.
You know, I saw someone post a screenshot. Moonglade posted a screenshot. Apparently, this happened to Snoot, and he actually took both gold bases.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw.
I don't know why I mean by both. There are 3 gold bases on this map, but he took both the ones on the right side.
You're right, actually. You know, that's so funny. I've never noticed there were 3 gold bases on this map. Like, I knew of all the gold bases, of course. I've played hundreds of maps already.
But you never thought about it as the number 3.
No, I never thought of it as a number 3. But now that you're at it, you're like, oh, like damn,
it's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah. It's like a triangle as well. It's the Illuminati of gold bases. It's real.
Well, now I need to veto this map.
Alright, so where are you going to take this, Daisy? Blow me away. Give me something cool. I love how...
attack. I think we're going to see 7 gateways.
I love how, after all this, he was down 7 workers. And he's being outmined. 400 minerals a minute.
Oh, wow. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's got a great place to posture his warp gate all in from, right?
So what I would do is, because like obviously Czech's going to be a little low on larva and stuff, I'd probably drop a robotics facility. You mean the chrono boost?
He's just chrono and warp gate, man.
Yeah.
We know where he's going with this.
Yeah, you can of course warp on either of these spinels. You can either warp on this spinel or this spinel. Yeah, probably just 7 gate plus 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Full Arthur.
Yeah. When you don't know what to do in life, you channel your set Arthur.
So the Overlord's going to come in, and there's not much to scout
this
yet,
is really good though for Czech. He's already building roaches. He's like so aware of this. He's like, bro, I know you're kind of Protoss.
Yeah, the gold mineral is really useful in this situation.
Yep. He does need another hatchery though. I don't know where. Sorry guys, I have the hiccups. But like he needs another hatch. I don't care where, how, or what, but he needs another hatchery.
Yeah, he needs a way to spend all the dirty resources. Well, I guess he's gonna go for this pylon, and then he can take this base.
Careful.
That's one way to do it.
Yep. Would you go for the pylon or the cannons?
Well, I think if there's 1 cannon and 1 pylon, you always go for the cannon. But if there's 2 cannons, you might as well get the pylon, no? I guess he knows better than me.
How many pylons are there?
No, he killed it. Why wouldn't you go for the pylon, though?
I don't know.
There's less hit points overall.
Yep. It's 400 to 600.
Yeah.
Good point. The only thing you can say is that like after you take out the first pylon, which is quicker than taking out, or the first cannon is quicker than taking out the first pylon, then you reduce the amount of DPS that's being shot. But obviously the total DPS would go down quicker as well. So I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Obviously not really a very big deal either, because in the end he lost 1 road. So why are we trying to overanalyze this? Like this was
Kevin,
the most important thing.
I'm very upset by this.
Well, I'm a little bit upset by it, Nate.
Twilight Council's on the way. Is this going to be +2? Okay, I thought it was going to be a 7 gate plus 1.
Yeah, I kind of thought that he was going to use one of these pylons that he has up on the other side of the map. To warp in.
Don't you think this helps Czech's chances though, since Daisy's not pushing him yet?
I actually think the other way around, Nate. It's a crazy way, because normally I liked what Daisy would have done, because that's what I would have done, but Czech is a very good Zerg, so he knew that that was a possibility, and he knew that that would be very deadly.
So we're like rotating around the mind games.
Yeah, exactly. So he made roaches very early, and then Daisy's like, haha, look at you making all these roaches on 42 drones, son. I ain't even attacking you. I'm going up to 3 bases. So in a weird way, it actually helped Daisy again. Even though I called the move from Czech making roaches a good move. I still think theoretically it was a good move, because if he doesn't, and you know, 7 units are being wiped in and he just dies. So I think just gotta give credit where credit is due, and that was a good move by Daisy, not going for the obvious all-in follow-up.
Alright, I take your word for it.
That's where he is.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's where he is a bigger Protoss than me, you know, all jokes aside.
So +2 Blink is probably the best way for him to just ricochet off this 3 base into a massive gateway all-in.
Yeah, let's be honest, the Protoss on 3 bases can pretty much get all the infrastructure and can get a dream army out. You eventually need 4 bases if you want to replace that dream army and make it even better, but a 3 base Protoss, as Biggie Smalls would say, the sky is the limit, mate. Well, I'm not sure if he would still say that, but
I mean,
he said that in '94.
He said it at first, at least.
I do love Biggie.
Hydras are on the way out. The Phoenix has seen the jiggling Hydralisk Den. And let's see how he does this. Okay, just 2 more gateways. And I guess that gold base is a big fat target on it.
Has to be careful. That doesn't really have a whole lot of DPS in his army. This is like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to say. I want to say something clever, but I got nothing. What I'm just trying to say is that it's not a very intimidating army. The force fields is what makes this army intimidating, but for the rest, it's just like it's a big sticko army.
Yeah, he needs to get some. What do you say? Could Zealots or Stalkers to add? I guess because he's got Blink, may as well.
Yeah, eventually Stalkers and like a couple of Immortals would obviously do wonders for this army against Roaches. Maybe a couple of High Templars, some old school Storm Immortal. If I was Czech, by the way, I'd definitely go Swarmhost. You could try to go up to Hive as well, but it's a lot harder. It's riskier. Or just go absolutely ham on Hydralisk and then put on some pressure. We'll see, but I think Swarmos is the safest choice, especially because Daisy has already shown us today that he has a marked propensity. Is that how you say it?
A marked propensity.
Damn, aren't I fancy right now, Nate?
Damn.
To go for these kind of heavy sentry pushes with just a ton of gateway units on 3 bases.
Yeah, I would say you're right in that instance, Rotterdam. I'm impressed. Thank you. That was a good use of that phrase. The Hydralisks are pushing the 3rd base now. 1 gateway knocked down, puts overcharge, trying to buy some time. And he hasn't really killed anything else too important. Okay, now he's getting on the sentries on the right side. That is nice, because there's so much energy saved up on those bad boys. Losing them is definitely hurting.
There's a couple of Zealots running in over here in the gold base as well, but they are not really getting a whole lot done. Yeah, you got a few sentries there, but overall I thought it was a pretty underwhelming attack. You go all out or you don't go at all, I feel. We go big or we go home, son. And I just felt that he kind of he wanted to go big, and then he's like, yeah, you know what?
Then he was like, you know what, I think I probably should go home. I got some homework to do.
He's like, "Ugh." He was going to the gym. He put all those dumbbells on the ground. And he was ready to lift. And then he's like, you know what? Today's a cheat day. I'm going to get 5 guys and fries. That's kind of what I just felt would happen over there.
Alright, so he's pushing in once again. Guardian shields have been popped. But most of the Stalkers
this is pretty good engagement. Yeah, this is actually a very good engagement, I think, for Czech. Despite the fact that all these fortresses are going down, I felt so many of these Hydras and Roaches were fighting while a couple of these Stalkers are just being silly and running around. Eventually Daisy will be able to hang in there.
And look at this, he's got Vipers coming out now. Like, he's very, very smoothly segued into this late game setup.
Yeah, no, he's been doing this very well. And let's not forget, without Swarmos, man, he's doing it the hard way. And during all this fight, okay, we have a Warp Prison right now unloading a couple of Zealots in the Natural as well. Where are all these drones? I guess he just cleared up these cannons just a bit ago.
I like how we still call it the Natural. He's about to start mining at it at the 17-minute mark.
Hey, once a Natural, always a Natural. I think this hatch is going to fall, actually, Nate.
Yeah, nice. Good pick off for Daisy. Not that there were many drones to put there anyway. I think as the gold base mines, that's where the workers are going to come from rather than him building more.
Yeah, that's right. Let's take a look at the drone count. It's 67 probes against 72 drones. Yeah, I still overall feel this is a really good position for Czech. Even though Templar Arcus is going down, and if you're able to feed back the first wave of Vipers, then you're always in a pretty okay position, because then the next fight you should have Storm as well as Protoss. But I'm not sure if he's going to get there, Nate. There are a bunch of Vipers making their way across the map. I do not believe we have a single item. No, actually I think that Daisy's going to die over here. Unless Czech really messes up his control, I think Daisy is going to die over here. Gets another snipe on this Natural.
Well, let's see. He's got the Vipers ready. There are, what looks like 4 of them. So killing all of them is going to be really difficult. And yank, boink. Boy, both Colossi immediately get grabbed. They're going to die. Horrible pain. Blinding Clouds, the Protoss army.
Wow, uses Time Warp there rather than Photon Overcharge.
That's a bit questionable. And now the Roaches and Hydralisks can just fight against this army head-to-head. There's not really anything powerful enough left to stop this army. It looks like Czech should be able to pick up a 2-0 here. I'm not really sure how Daisy's supposed to beat this army anymore.
I think you're correct, Nate. Losing those first 2 Colossus before getting anything done was just a little too much. There are still plenty of Roaches left. There are still a few Hydralisks left as well. One Colossus gets abducted as well. Abducted will always be a funny spell. Every single time I see those legs dwindling in the air.
Top 3 new Heart of the Swarm thing.
Yep, for sure. Last remaining Stalkers do get picked off as well. Daisy, despite throwing up cannons left and right and actually making a couple of good plays with that Warp Prism on the other side of the map, will still be able to fly home next to his teammate eventually. Hopefully for Czech, that will be with a big trophy in his hand. For Daisy, his run is going to end right here, as this was the second map of this best of 3. We missed the first one when we were casting Sorky vs Hero. Pretty funny game, solid play by Czech, despite having to deal with all this.
Despite getting cannon rushed like that twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also making all those Roaches in what would normally be a good play, but now kind of worked against him. Still, I think he can be very proud of himself, the way that he handled the mid game. I felt the first Roach Hydra attack wasn't even that good. It's more, I guess the second fight was pretty good when he had the Concave with the Roaches and the Hydras. That just looked a lot better, and then the follow-up with the Colossus as well. And that was an easy win.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a That's like such a tricky thing to do because he managed to do all of that despite having his economy delayed. With the Hive tech, getting the Vipers out at 15 minutes, like I really felt like he was going to be, and I guess it would have lost him the game if he was just stuck on Roach Hydra for that long without the Hive tech, but yeah. It was a good series otherwise. I mean, I guess of what we got to see of it.
Yeah.
Czech showing some pretty solid play. I guess
I have the feeling game 1 wasn't very different.
Fair enough.
I'm sure we saw something remotely similar in game number 1, so I'm very sad for a dedicated fan on the Team Liquid forums. But I still hope you will be enjoying the rest of the Intel Extreme Masters in Taipei that are brought to you by Intel, HyperX, Gigabyte, Rocket, and
BenQ.
That's right, Nate. You always got my back. We're going to head to a very small break, and then I believe we have one more series for you, which may be Snoot, which may also be Sulky, or it may be someone else. We're going to find out after this very short break. Stay tuned. You're watching Intel Extreme Masters Taipei Open Bracket Day 1.